Colonel Shekar sir, very good afternoon. Welcome to our entrepreneurship classroom.
Good afternoon, and wonderful to see such excited youngsters all over to see you answering those questions. So those who are not there in yesterday's class, this will be caught up. I find that they are all very enthusiastic. Keep up the good Josh. That's what we look at.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for joining us. So we have about 75 students here in this batch. Everyone is interested in exploring entrepreneurship, and also yesterday we discussed about ideation and idea validation. Okay. We all have come up with how can we ideate, how the problems can be turned into business opportunities, and how we can come up with solutions. Yesterday, almost everyone, they have all submitted their business viable ideas and also the solutions. They're all very wonderful. I'll be sharing with you very soon.
Yes.
So today, if at all you can enlighten them about, the importance of entrepreneurship, especially in this 21st century, what all skill set that they need to acquire, what all support that they all be requiring. I think it will be really, really insightful for all our students. And once again, I'm very much, it's our pleasure to have you in our session today.
Okay, thank you very much, Pawan. And first of all, congratulations on a very different effort from Metamorphosis. So to you and to the entire team, Shivam, Shrey, and everyone in the group, congratulations. And let me now, you can be here. What I would be covering is the humane aspect of being an entrepreneur. What are the skill sets you require? You are talking about, please tell whoever is doing the presentation, I'll do it from here, because from there the videos are not playing up. We'll do it from here. Great. So what would be to all the students present here, most of them are from Hyderabad, Delhi. Where are they from, Pawan?
They are from Delhi, Bangalore. We have students from Kerala. We have students from Hyderabad, Bangalore, Mumbai. We have from Visakhapatnam. There are a few students.
Right. So, good morning, namaskar, namaskaram, kushamdeen, salam alaikum for everyone. It would happen the right way. So, yes, shall I get going?
Please, sir, please.
Okay, right. So, I would be covering much more of the humane side, and you can also get an idea. First and foremost, let me go one by one as far as the slides are concerned. Yeah, are you able to see my slides now?
Yes, sir. Yes.
You can. Okay. So good evening to one and all present here in the midst of COVID. Welcome. I am Colonel Shekar, and I have been in the Indian Army for over 20 years now. I am somebody who is out in the education space. Yes. We'll go step by step. We'll go one by one, and we will have time to answer your questions also. For every 10-15 minutes after, I'll give a break. You can shoot your questions and I'll be able to answer them for you. Right. This is the schedule you are all having, and I can already see the graded enthusiasm, and that's how it should be. First and foremost, saying thank you. When we cheerfully accept, when we give cheerfully, accept gratefully, everything is blessed. Thank you to the team of Metamorphosis, to Pawan, to Shivam, to Shrey, and everyone there. And the trust you have in me, let's have some fun from now on. This is how the discussion will play itself out. We will have a bit of an introduction. We will have some questions. We will talk about what's happening now. Why do you want to become an entrepreneur? Some examples. I'm a soldier, so what the armed forces can teach you. Question, answers, and conclusion. Right. The first slide, this is somebody who has explained Why did you become a teacher? Please look at it carefully, because your next slide, you will all have to answer a similar question in your own mind. And let me see what your answers are after about 2 minutes. Why do you want to be an entrepreneur? Have they heard the question, Pavan? Are they able to hear this? Can they answer this
Yes,
in the
yes,
chat box?
they can hear the question. They can also see the screen, sir.
Yes.
They can see this on the chat box.
Yeah, I can see. Yes, yes. Why do you want to become an entrepreneur? Short answers. To make my idea a reality, Shreya Sheshadri. To make the world a better place, Vedadrish. To
introduce a new product.
Yes, keep writing. If each of you talk, I won't be able to answer you. Abhinav, to set a standard. Shishir, to make a difference to society. Prachi, to fix problems. Preeti, to bring about change, to change people's life. Wow, that's being short at the speed of light. Become an inventor, to develop technology, to be unique. I have an idea. I want to come into force, to spread talent, to introduce a new product, to be my own boss. Very good. To become a good leader, to be unique, to share more ideas, to pay and not to be paid, to give humans a unique experience. Become a diplomat. Lavanya, how will you become a diplomat? By becoming an entrepreneur. I would like to know. Lavanya, can you answer me?
Yes, sir.
How will you become a diplomat? By becoming an entrepreneur.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, give me your answer.
Sir, I've heard that there is a sub exam, like it's kind of like UPSC, but you have to ISPSC, something like that, and you have to give that exam to be a diplomat.
Yes. Lavanya, becoming a diplomat is different from being an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur is a business. Fill up that gap. You youngsters who have better brains than we have, create something new. Mayuri says problem solving. Nirav says Kapil Agarwal to make money. Great. Kapil, how will you make money? Let me hear that. Kapil Agarwal, how will you make money?
I'm Sia.
Yes.
I'll make money by selling my product and solving the problems, and if I come up with a great idea, I can sell my idea.
Right. So is solving a problem more important than making money? Which is more important?
To solve a problem.
So that means you will solve a problem. If you don't make money, if you lose money, you are comfortable?
A little money, yes.
Little money, yes. That's a smart answer to have. We must make money, we must make profit, but we must not be profiteering. If you are going to sell croissant for 50 paisa, if somebody sells it for 5 rupees by writing a fancy new name, that is profiteering. Good. I have seen that this is a very energetic batch. Let me go to the next of my presentation. Now you know why you want to be an entrepreneur. Now, you are students. This is how COVID is responding to us. Initially, there is a stage of fear. Then there is a stage of learning. Then there is a stage of growth. I'm holding this slide for a couple of minutes to read, for each one of you to read. And I all want you to identify in the chat box, where are you? Are you in a stage of fear? Are you in a stage of learning? Or are you in a stage of growth? Where do you want it to be? I look forward to your answers. Please shoot your answers now. Pavan, is it going all right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Everything is fine.
Are you comfortable with the way I'm going ahead?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely. Yes.
Okay. So everyone is learning. So I flip the question. Instead of you answering the question, children, I ask you a question. Where are your parents, your mother and father? Are they learning? Are they in fear or are they in growth? Can I have some answers, please? Where are your parents? Parents are all learning. Not bad. Oh, they are in growth. Interesting. A little between learning and growth. Preeti Chadda. What does that mean, beta? Yeah, I can see more honest answers coming in. Stage of fear, growth, fear, learning. Excellent. Yes. Can I have some answers? Can somebody say what is the stage of fear? Navdeep Rutala, what is the stage of fear?
Sir, they worry about us.
They worry about you. Good point. Any other answer? Kapil Agarwal, what is the growth stage?
Maybe they're worried about the future, so they keep having more things.
Yes. So how do you as youngsters take your parents from fear to growth in terms of your mind is what we are looking at. Children, are you with me so far? If you are comfortable with me, yes. Ashwini, you can answer. You can answer, Ashwini. Yes.
Hello, sir.
Yes, beta.
So, to take our parents from a stage of fear to the stage of growth, what we
Yes.
can do is like we can show them the reality instead of sharing any information easily. First, we have to make a point on that. Okay, this might be false, or is it true or not? And from that, then they can understand how is the current world.
Very good. Excellent point.
Understand
Yes.
everything.
Yes, very good. Excellent point. We'll go ahead and we'll see how some of the entrepreneurs from stage of fear to stage of growth, we are all looking at it. Now here, I am just giving you a link. You can see it here. These are some entrepreneurs who have gone into the growth phase. 7 startups who have post-COVID taken on a challenge. Each one of them using artificial intelligence, using technology, using CCTVs in prisons. They are using new ideas, new thoughts by using Asimov robotics. They are using bots to the rescue by the use of artificial intelligence and bots. You can see the photographs. You can see the next guy coming in, door-to-door testing. Yes, what they are doing is using of drone surveillance, etc. Now see how somebody is using door-to-door testing, all as solutions for the COVID-19 crisis. Now see how somebody is adapting data from the sound of cough. From that, people are able to find out. Individual's cough is recorded, and from there, they are trying to find out how we can be better medical practitioners. Mask with a difference. You can see how it is being done. There are so many people working on masks. Again, this is to cater to those who have lost their voices through throat cancer. And now we are going to the last two. They are trying to make, using the hygiene space, low cost, high quality sanitary napkins, but also spawning 30 micro entrepreneurs in India. And you can see the last guy, what is he trying? Making automated versions of manual ventilators. Now, contactless monitoring, how to using thermal cameras detect body temperatures. So now, as you can see in the presentation and these entrepreneurs, let's see a video
Hi, I'm Henry.
I'm actually Ruth Aurelia.
I'm Kate Madden. And I'm Annie Madden.
Can you hear it now?
We're sisters and we have
Yes,
Yes, sir.
Good.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Please go through, just listen to the entire thing.
I'm the founder of an online estate agent.
I have an online platform supporting young people and giving them tips on how to start a business. It was a time where I was about to go and speak on a stage in front of thousands of people. We go to a cafe and get a bottle of water, start relaxing. I take one sip of water and it goes all over me. And it just taught me that you cannot prepare for everything. Even if you feel like it's not 100% ready, you still need to go out on the market. And that's where you'll learn the most, like learning about your customers and your market and to see what works.
Sir, the voice is not clear.
Does not matter. Now go through the presentation.
Budget. So with us in our first year and a half, we had almost zero marketing budget, didn't spend on mass marketing, and relied on word of mouth.
Prince Charles and the Duchess were over in Ireland just a few months ago, and he pointed over and he said, "Girls, introduced us, told everyone who we were, who knew our story."
The best thing about word of mouth is you can trust word of mouth.
And we sold like an additional 15,000 units, what we normally sell.
For our business, we decided to team up with months, like flexible workforce, like working workforce. So these are people with fantastic and relevant professional experience, for example, in chartered surveyors, prioritise now their children and base their lives around their children today.
We're at school, honestly. So, and we'll staff and people as well. There are so many people who are going to try and tell you you've got to be like this and you've got to behave in this certain way. Like you've got to wear a suit, you've got to wear a tie, and you have to do this and have to do that. But the most important thing is just to be yourself.
It was our 150-second formula that worked. So just imagine what would have happened if we stopped at 151.
Yes. Once you have seen it, what have you learned from this?
So may I answer?
Give up.
Yes. What else? Keep shooting your answers.
Be yourself.
Be
Be yourself.
Yes.
Never give up.
Rejection.
Yes.
Please, the voice was not clear, so I did not understand that so clearly.
Yes. But it was not clear. I will. Yeah. Hold on. I will share the presentation with you. You can see it better. But you saw the 5 tips which they give you.
Yeah.
Yes. Did you enjoy that? Yeah.
Yeah.
They are. Yeah. Please continue. One at a time, please.
Sir, can I answer Kushi? This is Kushi.
Yes. Yes.
So it also told us that we don't have to plan everything.
Yes. Good. So what I am going to cover is the humane side of word of mouth. Sometimes matters, sometimes it wouldn't matter. Now we'll go to the rest of the presentation. Now keep reading this carefully. VUCA stands for volatile, uncertain, complex and ambiguous. Over the next 18 months, things are going to be difficult. You will not have stability. You have to be calm about it. That is from fear to learning to growth, your mind has to be clear. And you must realize that classes will be like this. You will have to learn from people like Pawan online. You will have to learn more about it, and you must use this opportunity to get yourself to understand the situation better. Yeah. How many of you have heard of Ronnie Screwwala? You can answer on the chat box. How many of you have heard about Ronnie Screwwala? You can all see the screen?
No, sir.
Yes. You can't see the screen?
Yes, sir.
You can see it. So how
Yes,
many
sir,
of
we
you,
can see.
you can see the, yeah. How many
Yes,
of
sir.
you have heard about Ronnie Screwwala? Please answer in the chat box.
Sir,
Yeah, please keep answering. Don't answer me orally. Keep typing. Never heard of him. Right.
Sir, we can't see the screen, sir.
You can. Can you see it now? Hello?
Yes, sir.
You can see
Yes,
it.
sir, we can see.
Okay. Only don't look at what is written. Only look at the heading Ronnie Screwwala. This gentleman was the founder of UTV, United Television. Yes. He has been a film producer. He went through everything in life and he is considered a serial entrepreneur. He has also started off a new online platform. Right. Now, I'm reading through each of what is being said. Some of you have kept your microphones on. Please mute your microphones. Ronnie Screwwala is a serial entrepreneur who has taken a lot of risks in life. So, what are his lessons for all of us? First, he says, see through walls. In the sense, आपके सामने बड़े बड़े दीवारें होते हैं, उसके अंदर से भी आपको देखना पड़ेगा. You have to see through walls. Second is the infodemic. One of the students said that beyond the COVID-19, we have an infodemic. 80% of whatever you get on WhatsApp is false. In the modern world, even if you are Googling something, go deep, check, recheck, validate. You must go for the best available version of truth. There will be 10 people who will be saying 20 things. And most people will have an agenda. So when you are going to get information, you must make sure that you are doing it in the best possible manner. Be ready to be kicked around. Almost everyone will say, "Tera idea kharab hai, tere ko kuch nahi aata. This has been done before. What do you know?" You youngster, you are not even 10, 11, 12, 15, 18. हम लोगों ने 30 साल के बाद ही कुछ सोचा था. Do not get disheartened. Learn your lessons with maturity. I can already see after one day with Pawan and his team, youngsters are very energetic and giving new ideas. Self-assessment. We should all know how good or how bad we are. Do I get angry quickly? Do I understand a point? What are my strengths? What are my weaknesses? Can I speak well? What makes me angry? Maybe there are some people who, if they are miss their lunch by 1 hour, 2 hours, get irritated. For some of us, not having lunch, we get energized. For some people, they want to get up late. For some, they want to get up early. So all these things, where you are, how well you understand yourself. Be very, very courageous to hear bad news. This is one lesson I would repeat to each one of you. Never run away from reality. सच्चाई को एकदम सामने से face करना है. Children, are you with me so far?
yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, great.
Yes, sir.
I pause it here. Now
Yes, sir.
let me have your questions. Are you enjoying the session so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, true. Yes, now, yeah, we have had about 20 minutes. You guys can shoot your questions. Yes, Prachi.
Uh, Sir, how do we know when a business is in risk, and who are the people who shoot out about that business that is in risk, sir?
Yes, keep a note of it. At the end of the presentation, you will have the answer to yourself. Huh. Yeah, if some people do not understand Hindi, there is no problem. I will generally be speaking in English. बीच में for people मैं हिंदी में थोड़ा बात करता हूँ. सच्चाई सामने देखिए. Look at truth up, straight up. सामने. I will even speak in Malayalam. Satyam satyamai cheyanam. I will speak in Tamil. नंबिकेउडन नंबर उनमें नेरा पाकनो. मैं सदा पंजाबी में भी बात कर सकता हूँ, उसी में नहीं आऊंगा. ओके, shoot your questions. Whomsoever.
Sir, what is infodemic?
Infodemic. Okay. Do you understand the meaning of the term epidemic?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
What is an epidemic?
A breakdown of a disease in
A breakout that is terrible.
Yes, that. So what is a pandemic? When it goes out of control, say yes. So instead of it goes beyond. Now we look at it in terms of not a pandemic. Instead of a disease spreading, false information starts spreading. Sachai nahi hai. Somebody says, okay, there is a rumor. 10 people have died of COVID in Hyderabad. Everyone shares that story. When you check, it is not true. 100 people have got sick after drinking so-and-so in Madhya Pradesh. Everyone shares it through WhatsApp, links, etc. What happens is, before you say COVID, before you say Colonel Shekar, it spreads like wildfire. So that is called an infodemic. Information which is sent, which is not truthful. The World Health Organization says handling the pandemic is easy. The wrong information is becoming much more difficult. Are you with me so far? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, good. So what? Yeah, that's a great idea. Many of my, yes. Yes.
Sir, I had a question that the CEOs or people give the salaries to their people who are working for them. So, but who gives the salary to the CEO?
The CEO makes up a business plan, and in that business plan, his salary or her salary is also included. Right? Okay. Okay, yes. I'll take one more question. Yeah.
So do you think there's any advantage in having a global supply chain? Or do you think it should be centralized to a personal local?
It depends. Who is the one? Can you name?
Sir, can I? Sir,
there is a question. I'll answer that and then come to the next. Who was the one who was speaking? Hello?
Sami.
Yeah, please do not mute each other. Yeah, who was the one who was asking about supply chain, please?
Sir, I was the one asking the question.
Yeah, your good name?
Arjun Garg.
Arjun, it depends. As the presentation comes, you would know that the global part would be reduced over a period of time because nations are going to look inwards. Where are you talking from, Arjun?
I'm talking from Delhi.
Delhi, okay. Now, are you able to move out of Delhi? Is it possible?
No, I cannot move out of Delhi.
No, you cannot. Why?
It's because of the global virus.
Because of the virus. And why you are not able to go out of Delhi itself while the virus is all over? It's because we are going to look inward. We are going to prevent people from spreading it. And there is going to be something more nationalistic about it. So global supply chains may be put on pause, but it will regenerate itself over a period of time, Arjun. Have I answered you?
Yes, you have answered me. Thank you for answering my question.
Okay. God bless you. Yes, one more. Somebody, I heard a girl's voice. Yeah.
Sir,
yeah.
What is on SWOT analysis?
What is SWOT? SWOT is strength, weakness, opportunities, and threats. My strength, my weaknesses, what opportunities, what threatens me. If you do an analysis of yourself, and also of the company,
Thank you, sir.
You showed us few things like for coronavirus growth and learning. I didn't get the learning and growth, sir.
Okay, once you see the presentation for you, I will go back on that presentation. I just show you for a minute what you see. I will just show it for you. Stage of fear is generally what people have been. You are frustrated, you are anxious. You start identifying yourself, you get to less news from social media, you become more aware. And then in a stage of growth, you are positive, you are patient, you are modest, you are compassionate, you try to help people, you learn better. Yes, I will stop the questions now. Please mute your microphones. We'll go to the next part of the presentation. What are the leadership traits a good entrepreneur should have? What Ronnie Screwvala says is attitude, attitude, attitude. That means you have to be a problem solver. You have to learn to collaborate. You should be able to communicate well. You must learn from failure and be willing to answer, accept criticism. That is a huge challenge for most of us in India. We do not like to be questioned and criticized. You should have a vision. You should inspire. Initially, you should be the best salesperson. You should be the best brander. And you should have a good product design. The question Arjun asked, national boundaries will be valid in the initial phases. Global supply chains could be challenging. Speak to the market, understand the market. And finally, one point which I have personally added, you should be a ballet dancer in terms of thinking. You should keep thinking, keep moving from one place to the other and validate yourself.
Sir, a quick question about innovation. Can I please? What do you think can SMEs do for innovation? Because I see a lot of companies in India that are SMEs and are not innovating or do not have an R&D department, or if they do have one, they have that in their firm and they do not have it at a separate place, which makes the culture of R&D development go into the same firm and not create that much of an impact in innovation that we can create at a workplace that is different than the same firm or the same workplace.
Fair.
Condition.
Who is speaking?
Arjun.
Arjun, R&D, the way you have it, it is an expensive proposition. What normally happens is startups have a set of ideas when MSMEs are working, and I have raised a center where we only had skill development, and youngsters used to go out and pick up in the context of the place where they are in, develop small innovations. MSMEs will have a huge impact because getting innovation done pan-India or pan-world initially would be difficult in the post-COVID world. And also you require hundreds and thousands and millions of smaller startups. MSMEs will have a huge role to play, especially in India, where over 90% of us are working in the informal sector. I will have more answers to you, Arjun, at the end of the session. Can I go ahead?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, this is the question about leadership don'ts, what we should not have. The moment you say, I am not egoistic, that itself is ego. I cannot fail. Negatively thinking everything about yourself. Inability to hear bad news. Not having the humility. Refusing to admit failure and saying, मैं गलत नहीं हो सकता हूँ, I cannot be mistaken, I will do it again. Advice resistant. Anyone coming in and sharing a thought, That is something which we say, I know everything. The moment you go in and your ego takes charge, that's the time as an entrepreneur you start failing. The next one is very interesting and very important. Parents in India are not very comfortable having entrepreneurs. So, how do you deal with parents who want you to become a doctor, an engineer, a chartered accountant, a professor, etc.? How do you tell them, Dad, Mom, I have an idea. I want to be on my own. I want to be my own boss. I want to help society. I want to be not asking anyone for salary. I want to be creative. Instead of saying no to them, ye buddhe hain, inko samajh mein nahi aata, they are old people, they don't understand. First, do a family meeting. Sit with them. Explain to them, not once, not twice, 10 times. Once you explain to them with conviction, they are your parents, they'll support you. Take their guidance and mentorship. Be good listeners. It should not be, mujhe naukari nahi mila, so I become an entrepreneur. Just like anyone, parents will get worried. Yeah, let me complete. Don't ask question in between, children. I'll complete the slide and allow you to ask questions. After 2-3 slides, I'll give you a break. Parents are always worried. Instead of informing them less, please over communicate. Tell them the same thing 10 times. Ask for their feedback. Let's see this video, and after that, I will get to the questions.
Meet Jilmol Mary Thomas, a graphic designer from Thodupuzha, Kerala. She is suffering from thalidomide syndrome and born without hands. Even daily routine tasks appear insurmountable for her. Despite this, Jilmol has emerged triumphant, capable of managing things on her own, and she even learned driving. She drives her car with ease using just her legs. Driving a vehicle had been her dream since her childhood. On Women's Day, TNI spoke to Jilmol, where she shares her inspirational life story and also her efforts to get the...
Yes. How many of you found inspiration in the video of Jilmol? Here is a woman, she does not have hands and she is able to drive. Yes.
Sir, you told a girl without hands can drive.
Yes.
So if she drives her, if she drives her leg, the steering with the legs, then how can she use the accelerator? How can she drive the car?
Please go into the internet and see the whole video. I only put part of the video for you. You will be able to see how she...
Sir, could you please show the link for me?
I will share with you the whole presentation and then we'll be able to see that. Are you with me? Yes.
Sir, can you hear me, sir?
I can hear you, beta. Who is that?
That's me, Sir Prerna.
Yes, Prerna.
Sir, my doubt was that is the parental problem that is why India is lacking with entrepreneurs?
No, I think it is slowly changing. We all were very worried about our children taking risks. Now slowly but surely, you and parents of children like you are changing the situation. It is now becoming very different, and the world tomorrow, that is already the world of today is for entrepreneurs. The children of today, you do not know what the jobs you will get tomorrow, 5 years from today, 10 years from today. It will be different. So my thinking would be India should have 1 billion new entrepreneurs. Yeah.
Okay.
Can I go ahead with the presentation now?
Sure.
Yeah, sir, I am an international player. I am thinking if I ask, yes, Ramesh, you were asking a question. I was just reading it. What was that? Yeah, Ramesh, you can shoot your question.
Sir, I'm trying to say that if I ask my parents about becoming an entrepreneur, how would I let them allowed to become an entrepreneur?
You will have to have a good idea, think through it, explain to them in detail. When I wanted to become an army officer, my parents, I told them this is what is required to be done. I explained to them. They were initially uncomfortable, but it happened a little later. Are you getting me? Now let's go into the presentation now. Can all of you see the presentation? Yeah, okay, let's go ahead. Yeah. Israel, it is the startup nation, a population of just 8.5 million. Emphasis on ideas, speed, rollout. In Israel, every student, everyone has to do compulsory military draft for 3 years. Men 3, women 2 years. And because the army trains you to be fearless, almost everyone tries to be an entrepreneur. The second key point, people support each other. And thirdly, as a society, they accept failure. They say, हो गया, आगे बढ़ते हैं, क्या फर्क पड़ेगा? We have made a mistake. It doesn't matter to that extent. Now you can see a video.
I want to show people that I am enough, and I want to teach my black brothers and sisters to go down the right path. You can do this, and you will succeed. Smells good. My name is Joshua Darrens. I'm 11 years old from St. Louis, Missouri, and I make air fresheners at 10 years old. I wanted to have a sports car dealership, and I asked my mom. She said, "No, Josh." Then I asked her, "Can I make it?" You will succeed. I put my heart and soul to my business, and my sense lasts for days.
Now, you have seen a video. We are trying to show you startup videos from various parts of the world so that you have a better idea how these children also think. Now we come to what I am extremely proud of, the Indian Armed Forces. I served the Indian Army for 21 years, 22 years or so. Can all of you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Lead from the front, deep ground knowledge. Shivam, am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You are audible, sir.
Important. Learn to obey before passing orders. That's one of the fundamental principles of what we follow. Rank, titles become irrelevant. You will have to become the operating officer. You have to become the accountant. You have to do everything, at least at the initial stages. And most important, learn from everyone. A soldier with 30 years of knowledge in tactics and strategy is invaluable. When you are in a startup, listen to everyone. Give them the freedom to speak, but most importantly, you must take your own decisions. You must learn to hear honest and brutally honest feedback. Somebody will say, what you did yesterday was stupid. What do you mean? Yes, you were stupid yesterday. When somebody tells you that, the language you may not like, but have the courage to listen, because as much as people try to hide, the person who tells you on face the feedback that you are not doing well may be the person who is the most trustworthy. Focus and discipline. Now look at various students going to schools and see for yourself how it is. Shivam, please tell me if you can see and hear the video.
Yes, I can see. The voice is not there, sir. I can see.
How is it now?
Yes, better.
Your heart racing. Balance. Indonesian children need to be built tough in order to obtain their education. Near Padang, children resemble circus performers as they cross tightrope-like bridges 30 feet above the river. Suspended. In order for these Indonesian children to get to their school near Lebak, they must cross a suspension bridge. This wouldn't be so bad if the bridge wasn't damaged, causing them to climb along one side, hanging on for dear life. Thankfully, once photos of the bridge went viral, a new bridge was constructed. Snowboard. In order to reach a boarding school in the mountains of Zanskar in the Indian Himalayas, children have to go through snow and ice to reach their dwelling. Thankfully, this wasn't a daily thing for them, as a slip through the ice could be deadly. Paddle down the river. Crossing the Saharan River on a makeshift raft is a normal commute for students of Selangkap in Indonesia. If families cannot afford a boat, children need to make their own. Chutes and ladders. In Zhangjiuan village in southern China, school children need to make a daunting journey to the mountains. They don't need to hike though, they need to climb. A series of unsecured wooden ladders cover the entire mountainside. Beat the heat. Children in rural South Africa must walk for miles to get to their school. They must leave early in the morning to escape the pounding heat, and there's no telling what kinds of wild creatures they could also encounter along the way. Horse-drawn cart. For students in Delhi, India, a horse-drawn cart is their lift to school. It can get a little crowded though. More than 35 children use these to get to class on the outskirts of New Delhi. Zipping through the trees. While we may enjoy ziplining as a recreational activity, it's become a necessity for these children. In order to reach their school, children in Colombia cross the Rio Negro River daily. As a shortcut, some children living in southeast of the capital, Bogota, these wires are their only access. 1,300 feet above the river, they can reach speeds of 40 miles per hour to reach the opposite shore, half a mile away.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir, we can hear you.
Yeah. The video tells you how children go to school. If they lose their focus and discipline even for a second, they may have to pay with their lives. So when you talk about focus and discipline, children, you in Hyderabad, Visakhapatnam, Delhi, in all other places, we are at a very comfortable space. What are the lessons for entrepreneurs? Be an all-rounder. Speak less, do more. Listen to everyone, but trust your own judgment. Accept failure, learn from them. Be a winner next time. Trust but check. And most importantly, please trust your gut instincts, your experience. In some senses, as youngsters, when you have lesser fear, you might take a decision which is more sensible. We talk about observe, orient, decide and act, the famous OODA loop for you to think. I will pause this slide here for a few seconds so that you can see it yourself. Observe, orient, decide and act. I'll go to the next slide. Now let's see a video. We are coming to the end of our presentation.
10 years old. And we read bedtime stories to kids online.
Shivam, can you hear?
Yes, sir.
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Some kids watch alone. Some adults watch with their kids. We've read over 159 books. Probably over that. We'll pick out our books a month ahead. If there's no special thing like Black History Month, we'll just pick a bunch of random nice books. People love what we're doing. They always leave encouraging comments. When my parents read to me, I feel special and loved. If you guys will make a difference, do something that's helping other people. We feel very lucky that our mom was able to read to us. We just had the privilege of reading with other kids to be able to give that to them.
Yes, can you hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What is the OODA loop? How do you observe? How do you orient? How do you decide? How do you act? Is it possible to share the presentation with the children, Shivam?
Yes, sir. We'll be sharing the presentation. So we have a Google Classroom. We'll be uploading them over
Yes,
there.
please do that. Yes.
Sure. So, sir, would you like to take some questions from the students now?
Yes, after this, I'm going to end and then I'll take questions.
Okay. Sure, sure. Go ahead, sir.
Yeah, because let's finish it now because I have asked, yeah.
For rent or like Chick-fil-A?
Here is a 9-year-old doing something different.
The kid barber. I'm the world's biggest female barber. I'm not self-taught, but I wish I was. I had to go to the Junior Barber Academy. You showed me that already. Yes, you did. I've done this before. A barber shop is full of men. No offense. But I don't really care. I just thought making money was good. Okay. Let's stay in the zone. Ah! I don't want any of my clients talking to me. It's too much. Only the celebrities get to talk. When you don't get the work done, that's on you. Get the work done.
This is how. Kabhi upar, kabhi niche, kabhi ha, kabhi na. It's not a Shah Rukh Khan movie. This is how it will be. I'm excited. This is hard. It's working. I messed up. Give up the good for the great. No money. I am good. I don't know. I am down. I suck. Wait a second. Life is great. If you are willing to do this roller coaster, it is a great adrenaline rush. Just do it. If people are doubting how far you can go, go so far that you can't hear these doubters anymore. Michelle Ruiz. I can take some questions now.
Sir?
Yeah, yes.
Yes, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Sir, as you told that about the like Buy India going on forward, is that the reason? Is that the same reason why foreigners are also front in being owning their own companies?
Yes, that is such a good question. Maybe at the end of the session, when I come back again, I'll answer you better. Presently, you go through the whole process. Let's see how it pans itself out. It's too big a question for you to answer now.
Sure.
Yeah, can you show the day in the life of an entrepreneur slide again? Okay. I'll just show it. Yeah, I'll just show it. Yeah, just a minute. Yeah. Somebody wanted to see this slide.
Yeah.
Okay,
Sir,
can I take a couple? Yeah, please. Yeah.
There's a question from Alno. Share any of your failure and how did you come out of that situation?
Oh, yeah, big time. Oh, failure has been right from the day one. When I joined the Indian Military Academy, a stone sunk slower, I sunk faster. I wouldn't know what swimming was. I was... Yes. If you ask my daughters, they would say my dad was a champion. I was lost. I did not know. A friend of mine helped me with my swimming. I helped him with his running. I saved him. He saved me. One. Second, when I started looking at a school where I was one of the board members, my inability to intervene at the right time made the school collapse. I learned from that failure, any number of them. Failures are what make you learn a great deal more. Yeah, yes. Difference between, yeah, yes. Last question.
Yeah, Vedadrish question, difference between an owner and entrepreneur.
That better answer would be that of Pawan. I look at it in a different angle altogether. I would request Pawan to answer that question.
So Pawan is taking another session which is going on now. So I would just give a brief if that's okay.
No, you can go ahead. I just do not want to get into those technical aspects. Yeah.
Yeah. So Vedadrish, difference between a businessman and entrepreneur. So entrepreneur is someone, who comes up with an innovative solution or makes a difference in the society as well as minting money with that idea. Whereas a businessman is someone who takes over a family-run business, For example, Mukesh Ambani is an entrepreneur as well and as a businessman as well. So
yeah, that's right. I wanted those technical answers to come in. I would be giving non-technical answers. Sure. Sir, what if we are not sure of an idea, but someone else saw it and liked the idea? Should we still go with the idea? Preeti, be smart about it. If somebody else has scaled up the idea, if you have one idea, I am sure you will get 10 more. Avoid repeating the same idea unless you know for sure that he will make a mess out of it. So I would look for not to repeat ideas, but get new ideas, because there are any number of new solutions which are required. Yeah. Shall I close the session, Shrey and Shivam?
Sir, last question from Tanay Singh will take.
What is the question?
When someone faces failure, their first instinct is, I cannot do this. And though you try hard to come out of that, it is hard. Any tips on how to overcome that?
Please look at it. My simplest answer is Virat Kohli scores 50% of the time he comes to bat, 50% he fails. We look at him as a success. How many times do we always think about the spider and the way it climbs up? It's a question of you. 9 times out of 10, there will be failures. The one time you are succeeding, go ahead with it. Do not give up when there is a failure, and learn that lessons and don't repeat the same mistakes. It will. Awesome. That's the only way we go ahead. Okay.
Sir.
Yeah. Last question. Yeah.
Yes,
sir, my father will tell always failure is first step of success. Is it true?
Correct. Absolutely true. Failure is the stepping stone for success, first step for success. Please remember, young man, when you started work, how many times did you fall? When you started cycling, how many times did you fall? When you started
many times, sir.
Many times. So, do you consider that failures, or you started cycling?
Consider as a failure.
No. Cycle में से गिर गया. You keep celebrating that failure. मैं 10 बार गिर गया, 20 बार गिर गया. Now you learn cycling and you move on. Correct?
Yes, sir.
You learn from that failure. Don't fall the same way again. That's right. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
Okay. Thank you so much. God bless you. Take care. Thank you to Metamorphosis and the team. Bye.